The recording, somebody will start the recording.
Yeah, I will start the recording also, so no problem.
Dear friends, we are going into powerful group meditation. We are going into breath mindfulness meditation. With your eyes closed, fingers crossed into each other, rest your hands comfortably in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. Our goal is to empty the mind. When we observe our breath, the mind becomes empty. No forceful inhalation or no forceful exhalation. Be with your breath. Become one with that in-breath and the out-breath, and allow yourself to slowly become empty of all thoughts in your mind. It is natural to have thoughts. When you recognize your thinking, go back to observing your breath and allow yourself to slowly become empty. As your mind is becoming empty, allow yourself to experience the total emptiness inside of you, all around you. The longer we are in this emptiness, the more we channelize that energy into our generous present moment, the more we develop mindfulness. And the more we allow our body to function at its natural best. Merge into your breath, merge into that emptiness all around. Your mind is becoming empty, allow yourself to experience that emptiness, that blackness, where there's no body, where there's no thing. In no place and no time. Emptiness is energy. This is the field of infinite quantum field of energy. yourself to stay connected to this emptiness, that void, as you merge into your breath. The more you are in this emptiness, the more clearer you become, the more intuitive you become. Friends, at this time, I would like you to express gratitude to all things and everybody. Gratitude is the high state of receivership. Give thanks to your parents, your teachers, your mentors, your family, your friends, your colleagues, everybody in your life. Can you express gratitude to this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals? Be grateful to everything you use, the technology, the systems, the companies, the government that support you. Your gratitude to yourself and to this intelligent universe for helping us experience this life more. Slowly recollect your experiences from this session, and whenever you're ready, you'll keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes.
Hi friends, welcome back after the great meditation. So let me share my screen. Just give me a moment. You are all able to see my screen, right, sir? You're able to see.
No, ma'am.
Sorry, is it visible?
No, ma'am. Do you want me to share?
Yes, sir. You can
Okay.
share.
Okay. You can see, right, ma'am?
Yes, sir. I am able to see your screen. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So, friends, as we started this session with the book called The Biology of Belief. The Biology of Belief was written by Bruce Lipton. So, when I started reading this book, usually had an habit of reading the first pages of the author, like what made him to write this particular book. So when I started reading that preface, he clearly explained like what are all instances in his life has changed, even though he was searching for this kind of concept in early 1960s, but he never got an criteria of right approach. Right approach in the sense everyone will have an ideology like, okay, this is what happening, this is what my next step. But to represent that in a writer and a bigger way, he got that an idea in 1980s, and he got help from his brother and all his family members to make this book into reality. This is what the introduction concept about the biology of belief. So, on the first chapter, so he also gives one quotation, as you all can see in the screen. Science and religions argue all the time, but they increasingly agree on one thing. A little spirituality may be very good for your health. So here this quotation tells us like science and religion argue all the time because correct, because the perception towards science is different and the perception towards the religion is different. Science always requires proofs. Religion always requires faith. So each and every time science asks for the proofs. Religion tells us that if you have faith, that will come into the reality, but they both coincidentally come into one point of connection is like a little bit spirituality may be very good for your life. So in a scientific way, if we can tell, the people will tell, if you meditate for 15 minutes or 20 minutes, that will help you to improve yourself, improve your concentration, or else you can work more on your day-to-day activities very comfortably. Even religion says if you do prayer for 15 to 20 minutes, prayer will help you to fulfill all your desires. It makes you calm and stay blessed. This is what, at that particular point, they both will coincide and they will tell it's very good for our health. So, next slide. So, as we had 7 chapters in this book, I am going to cover the first 3 chapters of this book. The first chapter is lessons from the petri dish, and the second chapter is its environment stupid, and the third chapter is the magical membrane, and the remaining 4 chapters will be covered by Nanaji sir. So, when it comes to the first chapter, the author has started this chapter introduction with a session for the doctors in the US. So he is a scientific student and he is doing many experiments from his 7th standard, and later he became a lecturer on scientific subject itself. So he is the person to teach on the cell system to the students who are going to become doctors in the next 6 months in US. So, and the most interesting point he speaks in this particular chapter is that he is the fourth person to teach that particular subject. Usually, in any academic career, we will be having for a subject for 6 months. And in the span of 6 months, he is the fourth person to teach the topic. He was narrating that the first person went out by telling the introduction, and the second person, after reaching into the session itself by seeing these people, he left out, and the second person tried to teach them for, third person tried to teach them for 15 days, and he left. And now when I enter into the class, the students itself thinking that this chapter is very difficult and this particular subject is very difficult to pass, and such kind of ideology they had in their minds. So to make them ease and to make them to interact with the author, he made them to speak. Like he asked the questions which they know very well. So by this act, he made them very comfortable and think them that this particular subject is very easy. This is what it happened. After this particular situation, he went back and he started thinking about his past experiences. In his past experiences, when he started looking towards it, he went back into his when he is 7 years old in his class. That is was the first time he seen an micro being with the help of microscope. So when he saw that particular micro being with the help of microscope, he was very amused and he was very surprised by seeing that the movements in that microscope, and he wanted to watch it for few more minutes. But the next person in the line is asking him to come, and all the other people, around 20 people, are waiting to watch in the microscope. What is it? What is happening for a micro being? For every person in any class, we will be having 2 to 3 minutes of time to watch it, right? In the same way, author also has that time limit to watch it. So when he seen it and he was surprised and he wanted to watch it more and he wanted to analyze it on it more, that enthusiasm has been developed within him when he was 7 years old. So after that, he went back to home and he asked his mother to uh, offered him for a microscope, but his mother told, "You're not going to do anything with the microscope now, so I'm not going to give you." So he waited till the time he gets to purchase his own microscope, and he wanted to do that research. So next, when it comes in praise of smart cells and smart students, in this first chapter, he did many experiment with that smart students only. Like he applied all his logics towards them. When he says particular topic, it's very difficult. They used to feel it as a difficult, and when he says that it is very easy, then they used to feel it is very easy. Then he realized like what I am telling to them, that they are taking into the reality. In the same way, our cells also react. How that smart student has reacted, in the same way how we react, how we act towards our body, or else how we act towards our environment. In the same way, our cells inside the body will react. In a shorter way, we can say like what your ideology towards your body, that reflects in your day-to-day life. That is what he explained in this first chapter. So when we move to the second chapter, is the environment stupid? So it's the environment stupid in the sense, this main see, when we take this chapter name itself, he asks us a question like, are we living in a different environment? What's environment in the sense which makes us to live, right? If you go out, someone will tell proteins will help you to grow more, and you see, and when you visit doctor, if your parents has diabetes, doctor will say you had more chances of getting diabetes. So environment in the sense, who you meet, who you act, and how you react, these kind of things. So he is telling that is everything is okay within us, but environment is making us stupid or what? So he wanted to explain this with the help of the proteins example first. Yeah, he took some protein example, and he had seen the proteins has been growing inside the body very well, but instead of the feeding of food, he's seen the proteins are improving with the help of electromagnetic energy, like the thoughts and how they feel. Instead of taking a protein food, the positive and the lighter thoughts had made very much greater improvement in the protein system of any body. For this particular thing, he took one rat's example as well. In an article also it was published. So the scientists wanted to perform an operation to rats to check whether this protein, if we give good protein, that will help rat to give a great birth to their child, or else if we create a good environment, what it will happen. So they took one set of rats and they have given all the supplements what that needs to be done, and it needs to deliver the pet. In the same way, in other set, they created an environment. Environment in the sense playfully, joyfully, how each rat will run, whatever the activities each rat will do, that kind of activities they have created. They wanted to monitor this both rats when they are going to deliver, what kind of pets they are going to deliver. So at the end, they had the result has amazed them, because for the first rats who they have given B12 vitamins as a supplement to reduce any epigenetic problems inside the rats, has given birth to the pets which is having diabetes. And the other set of rats whom they left very happy and roam around and everything, they given birth to the pets which is very healthy. They was very surprised, because one set of rats who they are taking care with the help of supplements and everything, but that doesn't work well. But another set of rats which they kept them very easy and according to their lifestyle, it given a very great birth to the pets. So it depends how you create the environment. Giving supplements to the rat is something which is against to its environment, and making them to live like they what the environment they are is made them to give birth to a very great pet. So in the same way, in this chapter, author tells our environment is not about proteins or else carbohydrates. Our environment is about our cells, our membranes, and our thought perspective. We all will think our DNA, RNA will produce the things. If something is in my DNA, that cannot be changed. But something is in the DNA also can be changed. Is explained very clearly in the third chapter. So let us move to the third chapter, that is called as the magical membrane. So this magical membrane, the magical membrane in the sense, you all people can notice that it mainly speaks about our brain. So to explain the system in our brain, the author took a very good example of bread butter sandwich. So if you prepare a very good sandwich with the help of butter and bread, our bread acts as an layer between two breads of a sandwich, and it does not allow anything to go inside. Anything to go inside in the sense, if I wanted to pour some olive oil on the top of the bread of the sandwich, the olive oil will not go to the second layer where the bread resists, butter resists in the sandwich. So it goes to the only first bread, and it will not go to the butter and the second bread in the sandwich. So it means the first two breads is called as two layers of the brain, and the butter is the membrane which is very thick. So it is not allowing anything to go inside your mind. So so to make something to go into your brain or something, he wanted to explain with an example. He had that sandwich with with bread and butter. He added some olives as well. We all knows, right? Olives is round and which can be stuffed inside a bread. So when he added some olives inside the butter. So when he pour olive oil in upon the same bread where he prepared the sandwich, that olive is helped to travel that oil into the butter and from butter to the next bread. So in the same way, he wanted to explain our cells can create any thicker substance to a greater substance. So our cell has that capacity. So many people will never recognize that a particular cell can do many miracles. But each and every cell in a particular body can do many miracles if you utilize it correctly. We all knows we are energy beings, so the energy can be circulated between each and every cell very clearly, and it can be utilized in a very greater way. So with this I wanted to go to the next slide. Sir, can you move to the next slide? So here's what's surprising I wanted to share with you all, friends, because these all 7 chapters will discuss about what will happen to us if we change our belief system. Our book name itself, The Biology of Beliefs. So whenever we are with a one set of belief system, this will be the results. Whenever we transformed our belief system into a different way, we can see the miraculous results. So I wanted to share, here's what's surprising for all of us. A growing body of scientific evidence suggests that faith may indeed bring us health. Faith may indeed bring us health in the sense, something they'll say, right? If you have been diagnosed with some other disease or something, doctor says that there is no cure for that. But if you believe that I can cure this disease with the help of meditation or else with the help of prayer, like in the book they particularly speaks about the prayer and the meditation. So we are all meditators. I wanted to speak more about the meditation. So we all know that our meditation will help us uh, to heal ourselves, and it will give us a very good health. So that faith has transformed our life into a greatest, right? In the same way, faith we should have towards ourselves. People, in these 2 examples it is explaining, people who attend religious services do have a lower risk of dying in any 1 year than people who don't attend. People who believe in a loving God far better after diagnosis of illness than people who don't believe in God. So in these 2 instances, what will happen? People who attend religious service instance, we can tell that it has prayers or something. In the same way, if you can attend any meditation practices or any services that will help you live your life very fully, and it may increase your lifespan as well. That is what this particular slide speaks. Sir, you can move to the next slide, sir. So experimental evidences. Pray and meditate enough, some changes in the brain becomes permanent. So we all knows how the meditation helps us and the changes becomes permanent. Long-term meditators, those with 15 years of practice or more, appear to have thicker frontal lobes than non-meditators. So the epigenetics changes and the body changes inside a particular meditator can be explained with this particular statement. People who describe themselves as highly spiritual tend to exhibit asymmetric in the thalamus, a feature that other people can develop after just 8 weeks of training in meditation skills. So, if you do any particular thing for any 8 weeks, that particular change you can observe in your day-to-day life. This is what the experimental evidence is. So, with this, I wanted to conclude the first 3 chapters of Biology of Beliefs. Naji sir, over to you. You can take over from the 4th chapter.
Thank you, ma'am. Nicely explained the cell biology. Okay, masters. So we'll go with the next chapters. I will share the PPT. Okay. Okay, Masters, I hope you all can see. So, ma'am has given the brief introduction about the author. I will just briefly, quickly, I will go through. Dr. Bruce Lipton is an internationally recognized biologist, author, and pioneer in the new science of epigenetics. He is most well known for the idea that beliefs influence the gene expression and that the biology is not determined by the DNA. Dr. Lipton is an author of 3 books, including The Honeymoon Effect, The Biology of Beliefs, and Spontaneous Evolution. So before I go with the chapter 4, 5, and 6, 7, so I will just would like to go through the summary of all the chapters. So what is author is saying that, is it your destiny is depend on the genes? No. What the author is saying that your belief systems, your thoughts, and your environment is the main cause to change the expressions of the DNA. This is what the author says. So what is epigenetics means? What is the madam also used that epigenetics means the environmental, means any changes in the DNA without disturbing this that blueprint, you can say, you can influence that by the external environment, that is diet, stress, and exposure, like that. Is your mind is a friend or a foe? What here it says, the subconscious mind, conscious mind and subconscious mind, many of the activities we will do with the subconscious mind. When we means 10% will be the conscious mind and 90% will be the subconscious mind. So anything, whatever we want to change ourselves, if we change, if we change, or we know how to change our subconscious mind, so our everything, the things will change, our health will improve, everything will improve. This is what he says, the other. How to improve is that he is saying that mindfulness, meditation, affirmation, these are the practices we have to do to change our subconscious mind. And another thing he says in this next coming chapters, the quantum energy, quantum field has a greater influence on the belief system, on the what is that on the DNAs. He explained things. We will go through that those chapters. So just in a pictorial representation, I just shared this one. So what are the things it is influencing us? Is thoughts, diets, stress, emotions, all will influence the DNA system. This is what he says. So epigenetics, mainly what he's saying is the study of the heritable change in the gene function that occur without a change in the underlying DNA sequence. These expressions can influence the gene expression and cellular differentiation and organism development. So then we'll go to the chapter 4. This is the new physics. You know that the nature is always changing. It's a vibrant energy. In the same way, our human body consists of billions and trillions of cells. They are also changing every day, every minute. They are changing. So he's comparing with the nature and the human body. What this author is saying that the energy principles, he brings the energy principles of the quantum physics also, he brings into the chapter. So he is saying that we all know that our thoughts creates reality. Our thoughts creates reality. We create our own reality. This is what Chandra sir always tells in this in meditation sessions. And one more thing he says, where the focus goes, there the energy flows. So he said during one of his experiences, he said, when he's studying his graduation, he used to think that quantum physics is a lame subject. We should not go through that subject. It's very not much interesting because they are biology students. They don't want to focus on the quantum physics, because quantum physics says many theories which they thought that it is not important to the biology students. So one small how he became interested in quantum physics. Once he's traveling to the Caribbean islands he got a job there and he's going there. So he got to the airport, and when he saw one book like in the on the subject of quantum physics. He said, okay, it's not my interesting chapter, the interesting book. So he took another book and he gone to pay the money. But in that, when he's paying the money, he saw one more time that quantum physics book. He said, okay, let us try. He took that book also. But what he says is that inner voice took me to take that book, but it changed my perception on the understanding of the quantum physics. And completely, I have gone through the book and I understand that each and everything is related to the energy. Before, what we used to think is that we means all the medicines, all the things were on the Newtonian principle, the Newton's principles of 3 laws of principle. Everything depends on the Newtonian principles. But what he understand through the book, he says, before people used to think that only matter is everywhere. Universe is filled up with matter. But then afterwards, atoms. Then after that, an atom consists of electrons, protons, neutrons also. And they found that the electrons will rotate around the nucleus, and the nucleus has a weight. But when they see that through the microscopes, when they analyzed it, they found that this atom is 99.999% is empty only, space only. Then they said, so then there the energy principle is coming. So if you understand the double slit experiment, in that one also, when how the energy is converted into matter, in that double slit experiment it showed. If you are interested, you can just type it in YouTube. What is the double slit experiment? Newton, this Einstein's principle, you know that. What is E is it mc square? We all know that. So what is saying that E is equal to mc square means energy and mass are interrelated. What this principle is saying that mass, when you rotate at the speed of the square times of the light, then the mass will convert into energy. So he's saying that the universe, what people used to think before is a matter, it's not like that. Universe is a combination of energy and matter. They are so deeply entangled. This is what he says. Then he further goes to regarding the medical field. So he always used to, when after studying this quantum physics, he used to analyze each and every subject, each and everything he want to analyze, that how we are there and what is the current situation of the medical field, how we should develop. This is used to, that is the way he wrote the complete book. Okay. So now the present doctors are the current doctors. Every doctor consider a human body as a machine, and the treatment also they will give like that, treating like the doctors talk as a specimen or as an object like that. But what they missed is what the doctors missed is they have completely ignored the role of energy plays in the health and disease curing. Even the drugs also they are giving the drugs based on this chemicals, and only these are only they are giving. So what happening is that what he is saying that what the Newtonian principle says is the linear A to B, B to C, C to D, like that. But what the quantum physics says, the cells are all interdependent, not goes in a linear direction. For example, in the body you have digestion system is there, liver is there, heart is there. Heart has heart cells are there, liver is there, liver cells are there, but they are all interconnected. What he's saying. So when you are consuming any drug, any chemical drug, when you're taking, what the doctor is saying, okay, you will consume this doctor, you will if you consume this medicine, you will be cured with this some headache, some pain, antibiotics they will give. But what the medicine is doing is not doing as a linear, because when you are taking the medicine, it may cure the disease, but it is affecting other parts of our cells, because all the cells are interconnected. So every medicine they will say that there are some side effects are there, right? When you prescribe a medicine, they will say there is side effect. Knowingly, unknowingly, they know that. So it is not a linear action. It is interdependent. All the cells are acting interdependent. One cell, once you give that drug to that particular this one, it may cure that one, but it is affecting other parts also. Recently, one incident happened. Just recently, one of my friend, he has gone to the doctor. He has some boil is on his body. The doctor gave a painkiller. He told to consume the painkiller for 4 days. He consumed this one, and his platelets and everything is collapsed, and became he was hospitalized. Then the doctor said, sorry, I gave a very high dosage medicine. Instead of 100 mg, I gave 500 mg. You should have stopped after your pain stopped. You should have stopped that. But the doctor told 4 days to take. So he took that. So it affected his kidneys. So, my dear masters, this is the way the function of the body. Okay. So the author says something revolution has to come. People has to go to biomedicines, energy treatments, acupuncture techniques. There are many techniques. Pranayama is there. Meditation is there. Meditation is nothing but energy. When you sit in the meditation state, what is happening? Energy flows, cosmic energy flows. It clears wherever the elements are there, wherever the pains are there, wherever the problems are there. It is evident with the meditation. You can cure many things. So the other is saying that, like Chinese quoting is the Chinese, they know their principles. Their Chinese they have studied the human anatomy. They have done. They understand, and they know where the pains. When the pain is there, where to this acupuncture method. It's a science. They know the points, where the point where if you put that pin, it will relax the body. So what he's saying now, what he's saying, but now little bit slowly medicine doctors also improving. They are also understanding the quantum physics, and they are now invented the MRI scan, CT scan. This is nothing but the energy. When they pass the energy, then they will find out where the healthy tissues are there, bad tissues are there. Little bit advancement is coming up, but still it has to go a lot. Like, they invented a machine dissolving the kidney stones. Before, they used to send one thing, and they used to they used to physically remove that through the tube. They used to remove, but now the advancement is there. Now they are sending energy waves to the kidney, and they're exploding so that it will come and become small particles. So the author is saying that we need to develop in the biomedicine. In 1952, one young British doctor, his name is Dr. Albert Mason, he has done. One patient has come to him as a boy. It's a rare disease. This boy has a skin of an elephant skin, like a very tough skin he has. Except on the chest area, he has completely, his body was full like an elephant, some thick skin. Then this doctor, he learned some hypnotism and hypnosis theory. He knows that he thought that it cannot be cured with normal medicine. So he said, let me try this hypnosis on this boy. Then he took 4 or 5 sessions on this boy, and he has given the instructions, affirmations, that your body is good, your skin is in a good color, your skin is in a pink color, like that affirmations he gave. And after few sessions, surprisingly, he found that boy is completely cured. So what has happened? How the genetic modifications was done to his body, how the DNA changed. So what is saying that your beliefs, your thoughts can influence the DNA, and you can be cured. Another is saying that, see, we always think that, positive think can control your mind. But what he's saying is positive thoughts are good. But not only positive thought, shift our mind's energy towards positivity. Life generating thoughts should be there. Not only just positive thoughts will cure you. That energy, positive energy, is saying that not only thought, energy. Okay, that's why when you're doing meditation, just if your thoughts are coming, there won't be much. When you go deep, and when there you do the affirmations there, then it will reflect on your body and it will cure your diseases. We know that. So another thing is that the concept of conscious and subconscious mind. Okay, before I discuss them, most of our bodies with the 90% of these subconscious mind. So another principle like placebo effect. Okay, ma'am also thought about she just touched about the placebo. So what is the placebo effect? Placebos, what in a placebo? Placebos are inert substances, are treatments that produce perceived or actual beneficial effects. Means when something was given, treating that it's a medicine and given to the patient, okay, and they won't tell it is a drug. Actually it is not a drug. It is some sugar pill or something. Then they have given to the patients, and patients after a few weeks, he will be all right and he's coming. So doctors are surprised. They have done this research on group of patients who are taking a regular medicine and group of people who are taking normal placebo medicine, like a sugar pill or something. So they found equal results. So what is happening? So mind is saying it's a medicine. So it is reacting in the same way as normal medicine. So that's the doctor, that author says, even though they have done a lot of research on this, placebo effect. Okay, but still scientists have not done much on this one. He's saying that placebo, it is very good for this asthma patients and Parkinson's diseases. This is placebo effect because sensitivity is there. There the drug will also give side effects. So this placebo effect is much more simple and it is good for these patients. He says. Why he's saying that you know this all things are happening, even the placebo is working on patients, but not done much research, because the pharmaceutical industry will collapse, and if they invent if the chemical is not required, they will say they will sell sugar pills and they will say it is a medicine and it will be, so the pharma industry will collapse, right? And the beautiful quote of Mahatma Gandhi: "Your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions, and your actions become your habits, and your habits become your values, and your values become your destiny." Beautiful quote by Mahatma Gandhi. The same way, if you have negative thoughts, the negative effects will also be there. A simple example that if a patient comes to you and if the doctor says that your life cycle is gone, you're almost at the death state, then he instead of dying in after 1 year, he will die in 6 months, right? So this is also says as placebo effect is there, as a nocebo effect also there, negative belief system. Okay. The chapter 6, growth and protection. Evolution has has provided us with a lot of survival mechanism. One is a growth, and the one is a protection. This chapter gives you just how the system, the current environment is there. Okay, whether we are in the growth environment or a protection environment. Okay, the growth environment, growth environment will come when you are in happy. Okay, when you are happy and a peaceful environment, the growth, either hormones or the cells or your growth will be improved. If you are in the protection zone, if you are the protection zone, means always some tensions are there, stress is there. So your cells will always in the direction of in the direction of what is that protection mechanism. You will be it will be the cells also will deplete like this, and you will get diseases and all. He gave an example that he gave an example of 9/11 incident. After 9/11 incident, the Americans were under under protection mode. A small incident also they used to scared of any, maybe some attack will happen. So they have gone into a protection mode. So when you gone into the protection mode, your growth won't be there, and you will be tend to get all the diseases and all. So just a small chapter is explained about the growth and protection. Growth mode, cells focus on the growth, differentiation, and reproduction. Okay, and the protection mode, cells prioritize survival, defense, and maintenance. Epigenetic regulation, environmental signals control the gene expression. stress response, hyperventilation, adrenaline release, and immune suppression. When you are in the stress, more adrenaline will release and immune system will collapse. So when you are in the protection type, these things will happen. When you are in the growth mode, you will be different cells will focus on the growth, differentiation, and reproduction system will work properly. Because when you're in the war time, if you see Israel and this one, people are scared to give a child to the birth. They are very afraid. Always fighting mode, always fighting mode, always in the stress. Okay. So this is the summary of the chapter. And the last chapter, chapter 11, conscious parenting. The doctors used to think that the children's brain will be active only after they give birth to a child. But it's not true. What the author says is from the conception stage to the fetal growth stage, in every stage, the fetal is understanding the surroundings and understanding what we talk and what are the emotions given to the child. When we are happy mode, when you are happy mode, the child, the inside the fetal will vibrate. Okay, and it gives some signals. It pushes your leg. Of course, ladies knows better than us. But as your parents, we know that, right? So it's not that it after birth only the brain will function. For example, in Puranas, we know that Prahlada's story, right? Became a great devotee of Vishnu, Mahavishnu. How it became? When Narada came and he used to teach about all the great stories of Narayana, and he was influenced. He used to chant Narayana mantra also. So when Prahlada born, he was a great devotee of Vishnu. His Hiranaksha, his father was a demon, but how the boy became a great disciple of Vishnu. So this is true. We believe also as a in Sanatana Dharma, we believe all this, and that's why we used to listen to the beautiful songs, bhajans. So always, what the other want to say is that we are conscious parenting. This chapter is very, very interesting for the who want to give birth to the child. This is important chapter. They can go through this chapter in detail also. Okay. So one more example, he says, when we might have seen YouTube, the newborn baby they have thrown into the pool, and the baby nicely swim and comes to the shore. Who taught the swimming to him? And he don't afraid. He just smile and he will swim and he will come to the shoreline. What is happening is after he becomes boy, little bit, when he grows up, we as a parent will tell them, no, water is very scary, don't go, don't swim. You should know how to swim. Don't go. So we are injecting as a parent, we are injecting to the children the fear. So naturally, he thinks that he cannot swim, even though he knows the swimming when he was a small baby. And one more thing, one more very interesting they have found. They have done a research on a student, a young student in the University of. These are all recorded, masters. All the other is whatever the other is quoting is proven records. So he's quoting from the Sheffield University, a boy whose IQ is 126 and a first class honors in his degree in mathematics. They have done a brain scanning of this boy. Okay, and they're surprised to see that the brain thickness is only a millimeter. But as per the studies, as per the records, the membrane should be, the brain membrane, the tissue should be around 4.5 centimeters thickness. But whereas this boy doesn't have only millimeter thickness, but he's intelligent. So what is guiding? Is it a brain is really it is required to bigger brain requires bigger brain is required to get more IQ? No, right? For example, you see the birds, Siberian birds or some birds, they travel thousands of miles, and they will come to some India, some state in Andhra Pradesh, Kolleru. They will come and they lay the eggs there. Every year they will come on time. So their brain is how much? Small brain, right? How they are traveling that much distance? What is the driving force behind this to travel this much distance on time? They will arrive. So what this author is saying, that they should understand the spirit, energy, the quantum physics, or the superconscious mind. What the author says, not the physical mind. You know, we always say our children, sometimes when we get angry, we'll say, you are a stupid, you don't deserve, okay, you should have not born to us. Such words we use, knowingly or unknowingly we use those words. What he's saying, that these words will suppress the subconscious mind, will affect what the other is saying. The subconscious mind, whatever you're injecting to your subconscious mind, it will reflect in his later stages. So we should be careful, masters. I think I spoke about this conscious and subconscious mind. So what are the conscious mind says? Analysis, things, plans, and short-term memory. Whereas subconscious mind, it says long-term memory, habits, belief systems, all this law of attraction, this is all, most of the things, 90% is the subconscious mind. And another thing, initially I told that how to reprogram the subconscious mind, masters. We have to reprogram the subconscious mind by regular meditation. He says in his book, he says mindfulness. Of course, we are saying we are the meditators, so we'll say meditation. So a simple example is saying how what is conscious mind or subconscious mind. He says when you are driving, for example, while you're talking, you can drive this one. So which is acting? Subconscious mind is acting. Initially, when you land, when you just started the driving class, you need to put your clutch, put your leg on the brake, clutch, this one, that one, steering control should be there. Initially, you will be doing consciously. That is a conscious mind works. When you become expert in that one, okay, then your subconscious mind take over. So some more example, he's told that this is what is final conclusion said. What if we had a conscious parents and teachers who served as a wonderful life models, always engaging in humane and win-to-win relationship with everyone in the community? If our subconscious mind were programmed with such healthy behavior, we could be totally successful in our life without ever being conscious. This is the other given this last body. So with this, masters, some more key points are there. I will share with you. whatever we discussed. And he's saying in the conscious conception and the conscious pregnancy also, he touched about how we should conceive before we decided to conceive the birth to your child. He says you should study your surroundings, economic stability, social relations. Everything could be in a peaceful situation instead of wife and husband is every day fighting together and giving a birth to a child. He's saying all this. We should see the environment also. Okay, I read good books and we do some meditation and all these things. Okay, masters. With this one, I conclude this chapter 7. I hope I could deliver some valuable insights in this biology of belief. So, masters, if you have any questions, whatever possible we can answer, please come forward and express your views. Ladri ma'am, anything to be from, if you want to address something, any new points? Yes, ma'am. Chandra ma'am. Happy to see you. You cannot? Just okay. You can unmute, yeah.
Can you hear me now? So
Yes.
good night for you guys, all the masters, and it's a very nice presentation, Naranjan Rao ji, because I missed this. I love this book. I did it the first time when they did the book club. But is it on Wednesdays going on? Is it Wednesday?
Yes, yeah, Wednesday.
Okay, I would love to, because this is so beautifully explained the way we live, the way we think. Everything is as if they have filmed each person and it's coming and reflecting it there. I am really, whatever you are talking about, I didn't have the book. I had it before and I have to get it again because it needs to be read at least 2-3 times in order to get the essence of it. This is really a good way of understanding one's own mind. And I love that placebo effect. I didn't know. I felt so excited. I learned the quantum physics by learning that one word because I'm not a science student. And so, how the mind can usually built in belief system inside. Because if you give the sugar pills, it is how energetically that intelligent brain takes it fully, gives that kind of energy that this is the one going to save you. It's going to be the correcting, fixing medicine and stuff. That is really, it's not lie. It's not the kind of cheating or something duplicate things going on. It is our own system. The energy is starting with that way. I didn't believe, but I had this kind of belief from my childhood without knowing it. Whenever I used to suffer with asthma and so much when I was a young person. That time, whenever I coughed, they think I'm going to go because I was so thin and stuff. But I know whenever I always close my mind and I will I didn't know prana and inhale, exhale, although, but I always send some strong things. I am getting better. It's coming out. I'm stopping the coughing today. I'm feeling better. This is the kind of, I remember, even when I was young, saying this to myself. Even now, I don't want to go to the doctor. I have the way of talking. Now I learned that talking to the cells from Chandra sir in the Sedona retreat. So I want to really do that. That is and I love that concept of epigenetics, how the child, even in the fetus, it's able to respond. These are all absolutely unknown knowledge we have. But in this, this kind of placebo effect gives us more self-knowledge without studying any of these science and stuff. Automatically, our system is responding. And I really love the way this author concludes this. I don't know whether that's a conclusion. You did it beautifully. The points, how the subconscious, then how we can surrender to the superconscious mind. That is the ultimate target, and not target, ultimate life purpose. That's what's happening in every one of us. It's very nicely you did it. I missed the other lady's presentation, but I'm really happy that I attended this today. Excellent work, Master Ji.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Anyone? Radhika ji, anything from your insights? Jasmeet ji, anybody want to share something?
Just wanted to thank you for the lovely presentation. And no doubt, when your mind is strong and when you believe in what you do, it happens. I have seen it personally many times. All those people who are into spirituality, who do prayers, who are into meditation, I'm sure each one of us agree to what this book writes and what are you told.
Thank you, ma'am. If you are interested, one more book is there, One Mind. Beautiful book. That is also a wonderful book. That one should understand how the one mind concept acts up. So that is also a wonderful book. If you have time, you can read. Yes. Next, Radhika ji.
Yes, so thank you so much, Manaji. This was an excellent session, and thank you, Vladimir ji, as well. I think, yeah, so many times, when we talk of belief, it has a connotation that it's something to do with the faith or a religion, but we often forget the science behind that or the biology behind that. And I think that's where this book tries to demystify some of those misconceptions and beautifully explains the the amalgamation of that or that how you progress towards a superconscious mind, as Chandraji rightly pointed out. So it's beautiful, and I think I have experienced that many a times too. So in Chandra's retreat, the body dialogue meditation, when you sit and when you talk to your body and you start sending those affirmations, right, you do feel that instant healing happening, at least in certain instances. Probably it could be as mundane as a headache or a migraine or a sinusitis, right? When you do talk to your body and send those affirmations, it does really work at your cellular level. So I've noticed that several times, and I can definitely relate to some of the findings that have come through this book. So I really appreciate you taking time to take us through this book. Really enjoyed listening to you both today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Masters. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Masters. Hope the time comes up. Sai, ma'am, can you conclude some? Okay.
Just to add one word. Can I just add one word?
Yeah, please.
I feel whatever the science says, whatever the latest advanced type of, psychogenetics or psychologist or biologist or quantum, everything, they all very good and excellent food for the brain. But unless we go through the regular meditation, unless with the genuine feeling, with that kind of thing, unless we have the absolute faith started from there, the seed of belief and faith, which connects us to the meditation, nothing is there. All the other things are just book level or surface level. We cannot experience anything. We can believe intellectually, but we cannot emotionally identify any one of them.
Absolutely.
That I strongly feel. Unless I go through, because this is not the question of science, learning facts and information. This is about things miraculously, naturally, spontaneously happening in our body if we follow certain kind of thing. Just anapanasati is such an easiest meditation, which creates the whole mindfulness for us. That mindfulness is the one which is done every day, which becomes a part of us, and which is the one going to make us understand any formula you gave. I didn't even know CD or C plus square, and I know the square, what is, I didn't know those things, but it's not a problem. It is nothing wrong in those things. They are only additional supporting external factors, the definition. But understanding that, go to the very root of those things and experiencing empirically is a meditation. Definitely, I feel that is the one, our starting point. And I'm so thankful to Chandra sir and this whole Buddha CEO and Patriji, everyone, that he has created so many masters like you all, so we can get some glimpses of those lights. Thank you, Chandra, and thank you to
thank you all, masters. We
Lakshmi
conclude
Madam.
the sessions. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Sai, madam, shall I exit?